we are at 2020 Polka Dots Hare Scramble, District 14, 35+C. Proverbial GoPro check. Camera's on. Wait, are we sure? Yep, camera's on. We're ready. Or so we thought. I had some GoPro issues last race. I thought it was my scan disc. Changed that out, got a new scan disc. Had the same problem this time. My camera shut off shortly after that video clip there. I think I got about 45 seconds there at the beginning, and then it shut off. So mid-race, I clicked the button again, because sometimes once my battery dies, I'll click it again and I'll get another couple minutes of video. And so I did get about a little over 20 minutes of video here we can watch. Unfortunately, I didn't get the start. So I went from getting the whole shot last race at Dutch to I guess we can call it a reverse whole shot this race at Polka Dots. I would think I was dead last into turn one. I don't know, my bike didn't want to start, so I got the electric start, and I don't know, it just hesitated, and then I thought it was ready. I popped the clutch and stalled, just had to start again. But I think we were at 22 in the class today, so I was 22nd into T1, and I think I was 8th after lap 1, so I was able to make up a lot of those positions throughout the first lap. I think we had about a 7-mile loop today. I think somebody said 6.8 miles. So this section here, as you can see, logged out section a couple years ago, and had some tree roots here and there throughout the trail, just real rough, up and down. This course beat me up a little bit. I was pretty sore the day after, and now I'm 2 days after, and I'm really sore, much more sore than I have been at some of the past races. So real fun course though. I mean, real flowing. It was a hot day. I think we were upwards of mid-80s, upper 80s, humid, sun, but it was flowy enough that you could maintain a decent pace and keep some airflow on you to keep you cool throughout the day. So this is my 4th lap, I believe, where we picked up here. I was about an hour and 45 minutes into the race at this point. I think I took the white flag at 2 hours and 24 minutes, I want to say. And I think I was the last one to get the white flag before the leader came through to complete the race. So flagger had the white flag and the checkered in his flag, and I went through and he was beginning to switch over to the checkered flag, so I had to go out and do another 7 miles to complete the race out there at the end. So in hindsight, if I would have known the leader was that close, I probably just would have pulled over, let him squeeze by, and then I would have been done, and I would have finished just the same as I had, riding out the last 7 miles of the race. So ended up completing 6 laps, and I was pretty tired afterwards. Like I said, this course beat me up a little bit with all the bouncing around, the whoops, and the logs or whatever, the stumps, I guess. But overall, fun day. I think when it was all said and done, I rode 2 hours and 54 minutes, 2 hours and 55 minutes, so almost 3-hour day. So a lot of time on the bike. first lap through, you know, you see the Enduro section, those trees, that's that section off to the right there. I completely missed the Enduro section. All the riders, I was in a big group, and there was 4 or 5 riders directly in front of me, and they all went to the right. And I don't know if the Enduro section wasn't open the first time, or if everybody just chose to go that way. But I did bypass at lap 1. Laps 2 and 3, I went through the Enduro cross and didn't have really any issue. I did stall the bike on the top of the log bridge the first time through. You know, but when I compared the Enduro cross section and the length of the bypass, I don't think the Enduro cross section was that much quicker. I mean, you probably saved, I'm guessing, 10 to 15 seconds maybe. You know, some people obviously go through that a lot quicker than what I did, but you know, at my pace and the energy that I was exerting to go through that section, I only did it laps 2 and 3, and then, you know, laps 4, 5, and 6, as I became more fatigued, as we're riding here now, I just decided to take the bypass, you know, conserve that energy, and I really didn't feel like I was losing, you know, that much time in the grand scheme of things, and felt I was better off just, like I said, conserving energy and focusing on the rest of the race. So I think out of all the sections, this wood section here was probably my favorite. You know, between the Moto and the logged section and everything, it just seemed to have a nice flow to it. Wasn't quite as rough as a few of the other sections. So whenever I came into this section of woods, I was glad to be here. Planning to do some more troubleshooting on the GoPro. I've got a couple other cameras. I've never really had this issue with them. Some other versions, and you know, had the Hero 3 and the Hero 5, and I'm using the Hero 7 now. I've got a couple of those Hero 7s. Braden uses one, and I use one. And his camera hasn't seemed to have this issue of shutting off. So I may uninstall the software on it and reinstall the GoPro software on this camera and see if that makes a difference. I don't think it's an overheating issue because it shut off within 45 seconds of recording during this race. So unless it was just hot from being in the sun, but I don't think that's the issue. Maybe it's a software issue. So I'm gonna try to work on that. Do some testing with it before this next race to make sure it's functioning properly, so that I can capture the most exciting part of the race, which is lap 1 and the start, obviously. So more to come on that. Been to Polka Dots a few times. My first time actually riding here, though. I've been here for a few hare scrambles with the kids before. It's just one of those things. I typically I hadn't raced all of the hare scrambles, and decided I was going to run the series in full this year. And so a lot of these tracks, you know, my first time riding them, so first time seeing all this on a bike. So earlier this lap, I actually fell pretty hard. I clipped the right side of my bars on a tree, and then I went off to the left, clipped some more, then ended up hitting a tree with my front fender and kind of wedged it in there. But went down pretty hard. But in the process, somehow my clutch lever slid over. Must have. I don't know if the tree got in between my bark busters or what, but it slid over enough where it was catching and grabbing. So anytime I would go to engage my clutch, if I went to fully engage the clutch, it would catch and it wouldn't release. So I was having a hard time through some of these tighter turns because I couldn't use my clutch. So I was just trying to kind of lug it first gear without using a lot of clutch. I could feather it a little bit, but that was about it. So coming through scoring here, this is completing lap 4. I think I was 9th this lap. I think it was 9th lap after lap 5, and after lap 6 it actually said I was 8th, but it must have not been correct, because when the final scores came out I was 9th and I was 3 to 4 minutes behind the 8th place rider there. So I'm a terrible moto rider. I'm the first to admit that, but I enjoyed riding this. Had some nice lines kind of developed here, and these jumps here. I think I hit this one once earlier in the race, but the second one here, I saw a lot of people casing this one earlier in the AM race, and I know one rider I heard broke his tibia and fibia there. So. That's in my other video actually. It happened right in front of my son during that morning session. Rider came up short on that jump, cased it, and had pretty hard impact, and looks like I saw the ambulance go over there. I didn't realize who it was at first. I didn't realize that he had pulled off, and then a few minutes later when I did see the ambulance, and his father actually commented on my other video and said that he had broken his tibia and fibia during that impact. So I'm too old to be breaking bones, so I took it easy on the Moto on those doubles. Great riding, Kyle. Right into the pole. Nice job. This is where my clutch issue came into play here. Real great riding here, as you can see. Ah, damn. As if the first one wasn't bad enough. Let's just do it again. What am I doing? This is combination fatigue and clutch issues here. That's what I'm gonna blame it on anyway. I was getting pretty lazy riding at this point in the race. I was just sitting down the whole time and not a lot of leg work going on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like I said, I'm going to go out and troubleshoot my GoPro and see if I can figure out this issue so that I can capture the beginning of the race and some better footage for you there of lap 1 where most of the racing takes place, and get that out for you at the next one. So until then, you guys take care. Thanks for watching.